While US trade restrictions hamper Huawei's smartphone aspirations in Western markets, the ace up its sleeve is undoubtedly its growing wearable selection, of which the Watch GT2e is another fantastic addition. We've been living with it for a couple of months now, and let's find out why it's another fantastic smartwatch. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Google on YouTube. Remember to thumbs up, hit subscribe and enable notifications with the bell icon to be among the first to watch our upcoming videos. Comparing directly to the Huawei Watch GT2, and the 2e instantly resembles what you'd consider a traditional digital watch. Is that a bad thing? Well, by no means, but it's worth noting that plastic and silicone dominate here. After all, this is a sport-focused smartwatch. Added mass and bulk can be frustrating aspects of the catch-all smartwatch, and one that was one of the minor problems of the GT2. The AMOLED display is still a major selling point here. It's bright, vibrant and bleeds into the edges of the bezels, making it feel even larger than its 1.39 inches. A new frame means that the silicone strap fuses with the body, unlike the leather strap on the previous generation. I must admit I find it more stable when strapped to my wrist, which is likely important to the proper active person. You can also still change straps if you wish to do so. At the sides, the rounded crown buttons have been altered too, with the Watch GT2e having a flat buttons akin to a standard digital watch. This is instantly more comfortable if you are moving your wrist at angles and in a circular motion, which you would do with an active wear watch. I'm also a huge fan of the vented silicone band design, as this means my wrist doesn't get overly clammy or sweaty. It's very reminiscent of the Apple Watch Nike edition, but it is a good design for active tech. Back when the original GT2 was launched, there were rumours that we might see the highly anticipated Harmony OS pre-installed, but those rumours were unfounded. Light OS is very stripped back to say the least, but it does enough to make the Watch GT2e a great everyday companion. By stripped back, I mean that you'll only be able to do things like view notifications on your wrist, no ability to respond or reply directly. Being someone who is constantly bombarded by notifications, it's actually nice to have just some peace and quiet. It can be a little bit too much if my phone is constantly vibrating and then my watch doing so simultaneously. With that in mind, I tend to just turn off non-essential apps and enjoy the Watch GT2e simply being a digital watch with extra fitness and GPS features. Sometimes you will notice some sluggish spots though, like the previous model. A prime example of this is when changing the watch face. You can't actually install any applications, and the pre-installed selection is thin on the ground, so in reality day-to-day performance doesn't need to be stellar at all times. That said, you do get a dedicated music app with the ability to store up to 500 tracks. My biggest gripe is that you still have to beam them from Bluetooth from your phone to your watch using the Huawei Health app. That said, there is no speaker on the Watch GT2e, so you will have to connect to Bluetooth headphones if you do want to listen to music while on your runs. Huawei has also taken out the microphone on this model too, which means if you want to make or take phone calls from your wrist, you'll need to opt for the Watch GT2 over the Watch GT2e. As for fitness tracking features, the GT2e can automatically detect up to 6 different workouts. You get a decent amount of data when finished too. It's when you sync up with the Huawei Health app that you get far more detailed information and analysis. With lockdowns in place due to COVID, regular walks and light workouts have been about the most that I've been able to track. There have been some extra inclusions though that have been added specifically for this fitness-inspired design. Having an SpO2 sensor for monitoring your blood oxygen levels might be of particular use to people like ultramarathon runners, but for the average person, probably a little bit overkill. Overall, we'd have to say fitness tracking features are where the Watch GT2e excels, with 15 exercises included as standard alongside basic step tracking. The heart rate tracking appears to be particularly accurate and ties in well with the stress and breathing exercises. All seem fairly accurate in my experience, although it's hard to tell without a true baseline. Make no mistakes, the comparably slow or sometimes choppy performance is offset by the battery life on the Watch GT2e. If you care about lifespan, this again is one of the very best. As I said back when reviewing the GT2 model, not having to go out and dig out a charger every night is oddly liberating. Huawei claims the battery can last up to 2 weeks on a single charge. Throughout my time using the Watch GT2e, I'd say this is pretty true for mostly inactive people. That said, in reality, I found 10 days to be about the sweet spot for reliable lifespan. That is still impressive, and running out in a day is no issue, plus the charger is pretty fast to boot. So at under $150 or £150, the Huawei Watch GT2e really is a good option if you simply want a comfortable, lightweight smartwatch to track your workouts, get the odd notification, and a good complement to your smartphone rather than an outright replacement. That said, if you'd want what we'd class as a true smartwatch, you might want to look elsewhere, but overall the Watch GT2e really is a superb sport-focused companion. With that said, do you have any recommendations of your own? Let us know down in the comments section below, but until next time, this is Damien with 95Google saying thanks for watching, and I will speak to you later.